Hey everybody, it's Angela, and I'm going to do a quick layout today. And I have my Scraptastic kit for April, and it had some of the IM collection, and I had treated myself to the IM most of the bits already. So I'm just going to add what Scraptastic sent to all the existing IM products that I have. And now I'm just taking them apart. I've got the frames, the Polaroid frames, and I had the die cut ephemera pack. And I'm just putting them in that tray. I have the little 6x6 paper pad of the collection, these stickers that have different words on them, these that are clear stickers, some in black, some in white, and some in gold, which I don't think I wound up using on this particular layout. I also have some of the Project Life cards. And then while I'm opening that up, you can see that I have the kind of washi tape strips or paper strips, the interactive like tags and stuff, and then chipboard. And I really like it because the yellow in this collection matches the yellow on Mason's little outfit that he's wearing. And so I thought it would be the perfect thing because it has the black in it, which also goes with the photo. And it has a lot of stuff it's not too feminine. So I think this collection would be another one that's good for either boy or girl layouts. And then this is the paper in the collection. And I really like that one with the hearts. And then there's tons of cut aparts in this collection as well. So not really a lot of solid papers. So I'm just looking at the cut apart sheets. And then there's a sticker sheet with alphas, and I think there's 2 sticker sheets in this collection. And then Scraptastic had also put in some papers that matched with this collection too. One of them's that dot paper, which I think is a Scraptastic exclusive. They had a few more on trend. There's a thing of IM that was included. And so I really like this heart paper, but it's a little busy to put my photo directly on top of. So I decided to pull some white cardstock from my stash, and I pulled this one, but they were kind of a thin, kind of a cheap cardstock. So I dug further and found this nicer sheet of cardstock. And then here's the other sticker sheet that comes with the full collection. But when I went and put that heart paper on top of the cardstock, it wasn't a true white. It looked true white at first, but then when I put it on true white, I could tell it wasn't. So I decided to go with this dot Scraptastic paper instead because it has a nice bright white background and then that same yellow that's in Mason's outfit. And I just cut a strip of that to go across. And I'm thinking about using a strip of this heart paper, but I don't think I do in the end. So I'm kind of thinking I'm just going to leave the 4 of them connected. That's how they were when my daughter-in-law put them together, and she put the wording on there probably from her cell phone or her Instagram thing. And so I just kind of took it off her Facebook page. That's kind of how I have it set up with my kids and stuff, is that I've asked them if the photos on Facebook are like fair game for me to scrapbook with and make videos with. So, because I don't want to, get too invasive or anything. So that makes a good way, rule of thumb is that, anything that's on Facebook is fair game. Fair game for grandma to play with. So I really love this little banner on the chipboard sheet. So I'm going to use that and pull it out. And then I'm looking through the 6x6 paper, but the blue in their paper, it was more of a teal color and it didn't match the 3 months wording that had already been printed on the photos. So, but I like the 3 months because it does go with IM 3 months. The whole IM collection works really well for baby photos. I mean, it would work well for a lot of things, but with the baby photos, it does do a really good job. So that's kind of where my starting point is going to be. You can see I put that black and white border strip on there. And now I'm going through the cut apart sheets, and I really wanted to use that heart paper, but it wasn't the bright white, but I found that there's a Project Life card that has a bright white background. So I go ahead and I use a piece of that to kind of anchor that top left-hand corner. And you can see on the back there that I had a printout. I use a double-sided photo paper, so if I print something and like it came out looking too small, I just reprint it on the other side since it's a double-sided paper. That's why sometimes you'll see that there's something printed on the back. So I also like that little Project Life card with the little hearts on the bottom. And then I wanted to bring in, since I had the border strip that was the black and white stripe, and then on that banner there's a black and white stripe pennant, I thought the black and white striped slide frame would work really well on there. So I'm just kind of deciding how I want that positioned. I'm going to tuck that card under the edge. And then this Project Life card had this this cute little kind of a badge on there. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut that out of the background. And then I kind of like that for connecting those two elements, the banner and the Polaroid or the slide frame. So I'm just double checking that that's where I want it. And then I'm also going to put that up on foam tape. So I grab a little bit of that. And I just love these pictures of Mason. He's just a little guy. Even these are his 3-month photos, and he's only like 10 pounds something. So, I mean, some babies are born 10 pounds. So at 3 months, he's just reaching his 10-pound mark. So he's a little guy, but so happy and so cute. And then I'm also taking some of this paper tape and putting a few pieces on. I do wind up kind of moving the tape around quite a bit on this, so I can't remember which pieces stay and which ones go. But I really like those hearts. It kind of brings some of those hearts from that Project Life card down to the bottom right embellishment cluster. And then the chipboard pieces weren't very sticky, so I put some adhesive on the back of that to hold it down. And then I'm also going to back this little slide frame with another one of the little Project Life cards. So like I said, I don't do Project Life, but I do love the cards for scrapbooking, and it gives you, lots of little patterns that are scaled down and stuff. So I do wind up using them a lot. I've already used 4 of them on this. The heart card, the card that the slide is on, the backing of the slide, and then that cutout of the little me badge. So they work really well for scrapbooking. So now I'm just kind of going through the little die cut pack and looking for stuff that might work. And I'm thinking of using a tab on there somewhere, and I like those little hearts. I kind of like that heart overlapping that slide frame. Now I'm looking through some of these word stickers. And I really like, because he's smiling in that, and he's so smiley right now, I like the word happy. And it's also that yellow color, which I'm really liking in this layout. So now I'm kind of trying to make a little bit of a cluster or some kind of thing of interest on that upper left-hand corner, but it's not coming together too easily for me. But I decide to go ahead and put one of those gold tabs, and that kind of brings the gold from that badge and stuff up to the top. And then I'm still looking at how I'm going to position that. And here's, I think, where I decide to use that happy word. And the one difficult thing on those stickers is that the words are pretty fine. I mean, it's a pretty fine font and it's in a cursive, so you have to be really careful. I got my craft knife and just slowly worked it up, try not to rip it and stuff because they are somewhat fragile. If it had been more of a plasticky type of material instead of a paper sticker, it might be a little bit easier. It would be harder to rip, but so now I'm wanting to position that on the card somehow, because if I put it on that dot paper, you're not going to see it. So I'm just kind of looking at other places I might put it, but I really do like it down there. So I go ahead and put it kind of overlapping that frame a little bit. And then I'm taking this IM die cut and position that over. So it kind of reads, that tab in the upper left says I am, and then so it kind of reads I am 3 months, I am happy. And the paper that's backing the slide frame says I am, and then the little heart says so loved. So it kind of reads okay. And then I'm looking at it, and there's a few areas that just don't seem finished or need to be softened. And so I decide to go ahead and put this butterfly to kind of soften that corner where the border strip and the card and everything meet. And then I'm looking through the die cuts for some other stuff, just to tuck some more little bits. And I pretty much stay exclusively with this collection, just with a few of the Scraptastic things added in, but the rest of it is all the IM collection. And I pull out those little flowers. I like that for kind of softening up that area. And then that upper part just wasn't looking very finished, so I'm trying to find a piece of paper or something that I can make a border across the top just to help kind of keep those yellow dots from just kind of floating off. I could have, lined it with a pen, would have been one thing I could have done, but I decide to just use some washi tape on that eventually. Here I'm still looking at the paper, still trying to decide, and then I see this washi, this paper tape on my desk that has some more gold accents, and so since I already have gold going on this page, I decide to do that, and it just kind of finishes that edge off. And then I want to put a little bit on the other side. You won't see much of it, but you'll see just a little glimpse of gold. And then that's getting close to done. The only thing at this point I didn't really like was the banner on the left hand side of the banner, it just hanging there. It needed something to kind of ground that a little more. And then also the right hand side of the photo, just that straight line of the photo, I wasn't really liking that very well either. So I decided to keep looking back through stickers and stuff like that. I think about just putting this little gold heart there, but that didn't quite work. But I do love those clear stickers. I can't wait to use those on a layout. Think about putting a flower. There's where I say on the right hand side of the photo I wasn't too sure. That big straight line there. Just going through the chipboards. I didn't want to get too many flowers on there, but I did like how that softened that edge. So I just had a lot of indecision when it came down to these finishing touches. But I really love how the layout turned out. I like how bright it is and how happy, and that it has a lot of color in it. And my daughter-in-law actually used these pictures and had them printed on a coffee mug for her hubby, and it turned out really cute. I don't know where she got it done. You know, I'm sure someplace on the internet where you can just send them the photo you want put on there, and then they just mail you the coffee mug. So now I found on those word sheets that they had some other little floral elements. So I'm just going to use some of those, a little cluster of them, just to help break up that right hand side of the photo and give a place for to ground the left hand side of that banner. So I'm just putting 3 different elements in each cluster, 2 flowers and a heart. And then that makes me feel a little better. Something, it just, I don't know, it made me feel a little happier too. So now I'm grabbing my Heidi Swap gold ink, and I just want to put some splatters on there. And then just a few in the upper left hand corner. And then that pretty much does it for the layout. And like I said, it came together really well, and I used almost all just the IM collection. So I'm really liking this collection. This is the first layout I've made with it, so I've got a lot of product left. So I'm glad that I like it and that it's really easy to use, and I'm going to try to work my way through more of it here. So you'll probably see more of it coming up. And like I said, it's going to work awesome for both boys and girls, so that's really nice. So let me do a few close-ups here. And there's the IM, there's the little cluster and the washi tape, little slide mounts, and the banner. I love those splashes of yellow and black, a little bit of pink and teal in there. So that is my finished layout. So thank you guys all for watching. If you have any questions or anything, just leave me a comment below, and be watching out for my next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.